Hello, Sweet Tooth here. I hope your day is going well. Trying out something new. I have some gameplay footage from a very good friend, flutterpieroxs. So, just gonna do some commentary and see a little bit more of Cubicle Quest. So let's go right into it. Castle Sanity. Oh, so your soldiers are like your money, I guess. Alright, that makes sense. Lay down your debt. Gonna check out one of the utilities. Oh yeah, the utilities monster. I'm gonna take a wild guess that this is not gonna turn out well. Yeah, it's taking off a lot of HP. So I don't know all of the utility monsters' abilities. But it might be taking off way too much. I'm guessing it's paused. I don't know, but Sweet Tooth looks like he has some really wide eyes. Like they're just really open and staring at you the entire time. Pretty happy, but kind of creepy. Well, 1/4 of his life is gone. There's half of it. But it keeps getting more health back. Using persistence to attack or persistence to get health, I think. Oh, Randall's dead. Almost got him dead, though. That's cool. But you might have to keep attacking him. Because he's going to keep hurting you. And you only have one character, so you can't, like, divvy out damage. You're just going to keep attacking one of your characters, because you only have one. Wow. We're gonna go right back into it? I guess not. Try to do more grinding, or try to find other roommates? Running low on items. Oh no, that's ability. Game's paused. Randall doesn't seem to have as much MP as Sweet Tooth does. Willpower and persistence to pay off your debt. That's a lot of enemies. Mundane obligation, and a rat race. Trying to do a little grinding. I almost think like you're supposed to be doing something in the port, though. Like getting another roommate from the port. got $0. Alright, I get it. A rat race would be a rat. Let's see, a mundane obligation is like just a pile of... just a blob or a monster or something. Why would an idle whim be a spider? I'm not sure if I understand that one. Wouldn't it be interesting if you had a bad day and you could just beat your whatever was bad about your day into submission? That'd be interesting. I don't know. Like if you have a bad day, I don't know, it takes a form of a goat and then you just defeat the goat. Unpaid bill. See, like, why is the unpaid bill like that little green thing? You would almost think it would be like a little paper monster or something. Unpaid bill might be like South Park, the bill itself. Yeah, that bill that's on South Park. That would be the unpaid bill. It'd be something like that. What was it? Smokey McSomething? Oh man, that's kind of bugging me now. What is it? Smokey McCow or something? Yeah, that's gonna bother me for a while. Alright, let's go into some tips. If you're gonna go take out a mortgage, make sure it's not an ARM, because the interest rate will be variable to however the market or the financier feels to raise your rates. Try to get a fixed rate loan. You can extend that to a certain number of years, but there's also a little bit of uncertainty, so if you have a 30-year loan and a 15-year loan, you might have a level of uncertainty. And when you get a mortgage, you got to make sure that the property is appraised right, and that the appraisal will actually go in your favor for however long that you obtain and retain the property. So if you bought it at $120,000 or something, and you should expect in 5 years that the property would be $170,000 or $150,000 or something, it would give you something back. A property should be an investment. Unlike a car depreciates in value. A car is not worthwhile property to invest in because it will depreciate like really quickly. I think it was like either 10% or 1/3 of the retail value as soon as it even came off the lot. So as soon as you drive off the lot with a new car, you've already lost 10% of the overall value. So if you take a new car off the dealer's lot, you turn around and you bring it back, it's already lost 10% of its value, or something like that. Anyways, a mortgage goes to a property that you want to invest in. And usually mortgages and property values are something that you want for a long while, something that you want a long-term investment in. Whether that means to keep the property yourself, sell it off later, or just rent it out in order to make your regular costs. If you do rent it out, make sure that the tenants are taken care of. You can do it yourself, or you can get property management to help you out. There's property management companies, and they'll take a certain amount of whatever the monthly rent is, and they'll take care of minor repairs and minor concerns from the tenant, and they'll bring up larger concerns and tenant approval to you. But it's something worthwhile to look into, if you're into that. Student loans. Student loans are difficult because right now you cannot do a bankruptcy. A bankruptcy will not get rid of your student loans. They are with you forever, apparently, because of the federal ruling. The new law that was, made effective. You can get pardoned from a student loan, but the requirements are very high and it's very harsh. In other words, you gotta be able to prove that you will never be able to repay it. Then you can get pardoned. Maybe. Now you can get a private loan, or you can get a loan from the government. The government loan, if you cannot pay back the government loan, then they will garnish your wages in order to make sure that you pay it back. This is assuming that you don't talk with the lender and stuff, and, to have a payment plan that suits, whatever's happening in your life at the moment. If you have a private loan, and you can't make those payments and they won't work with you and stuff, they can sue you. So you have a choice. Private loans for student loans, not able to pay that back and get sued, or a loan from the federal government and have the IRS garnish your wages if you're not able to pay that back. Fun stuff, right? So if you take out student loans, make sure you can pay it back. Pretty harsh, because if you have an auto loan, then the car itself is just considered collateral. So the financer, the lender, just decides, well, you can't really pay your bill, so we're going to take your car as collateral in order to make up for the difference and just get their property back, in other words. That's why they send out repo men and stuff to reclaim the property. The same with the mortgage. The mortgage means that basically the bank owns your property. The bank owns your property until you pay off the mortgage. Then it's yours. Then again, you still have to pay property tax. Now, if you can't pay property tax, I'm not sure exactly what will happen. I think it can just, the IRS will just come after you, I believe. And you really don't want the IRS coming after you. ever. Because whatever they do to you is going to be very harsh. Utilities, you can always limit that. A car, like gas and stuff, sometimes it's just best not to have a car. If you're like near a city center or near work or something, don't get a car. There's no point in it. Just get like a taxi or somebody to drive you somewhere. That's only if you're right next to where you need to go. Not everybody's like that. Most people aren't. And there's a whole lot of problems going on with oil prices and OPEC trying to drive up prices and OPEC trying to play their own monopoly with gas prices and oil. Mainly barrel costs. And barrel costs kind of like influences, you know, gas prices. It doesn't really like directly affect it, I think, but it like kind of does, like passively. Also, the whole thing that oil itself is not is a non-renewable source. You can't. It's non-renewable. Once it's gone, it's gone. And there's all these trade regulations and stuff, you know, with oil drilling that are going on. In other words, do you really want offshore drilling next to whatever your city you're in? So say if you're in a coastal city, do you want some offshore drilling that may or may not spill oil once in a while? And also, how does it affect your groundwater? Will it seep up and contaminate your water? Do you really want that? Do you want the possibility of sinkholes? Sinkholes being that if the subterranean area is disturbed so much that, you know, the land is disturbed now and it has to sink in. Some cases of that. It's like, do you really want that to happen? So there's a lot of different things. I remember reading a lot about the Alaskan pipeline. You know, all the stuff they had to go through for regulations and stuff. Which I don't think worked out entirely well, still. Energy bills. We have solar, we have wind, we have nuclear power. France has a whole lot of nuclear plants. And nuclear energy was not really the safest, but it provides a lot more energy than the wind. Unless you're in like Holland or something, I guess, where it's really windy all the time. Solar power can only do so much. Did you know that power companies actually ship the energy that they have to other companies? Yeah, they actually ship stuff. I can't exactly remember how it works, but they do. Sometimes you'll have one utility company that will support another. Why is rent so high? Because of the cost of living is out of control. That's a simple way of talking about it. Like if you go to San Diego and San Francisco, for some reason the cost of living is just outrageous over there. So the apartments will be like $3,000 a month or something. I don't know, like $1,700 a month. I can't remember. but it's really high right now. What you can do for that is just find an area, a locale that has a low cost of living. Maybe have a workplace or something that's nearby in another city that you can travel over and just go into the city center and work, and then go back to your home and then save up for your money. Now there's also the consideration of inflation. Inflation happens every single year. The cost of goods and services always goes up. What is worth $1 today will be worth 98 cents next year. What costs about $1 today will cost $1.03 tomorrow, or next year. There's all that possibility. Like if you get a loaf of bread, if you ever noticed, and you get it for like $1.56, well, if you go into next year and you find out that it's $1.59, well, then that's inflation. Maybe. Unless that has something to do with supply and demand of manufacturing or the bakeries and whatever. You know, like there's not enough wheat or something in order to make the bread. That's an whole nother issue. That's a whole nother issue with agriculture because there's a lot of things that are genetically enhanced these days. Not many things are natural. That's what gave rise to the whole organic movement. Within the organic movement, it's not the best thing because it misses out on things that were beneficial to somebody. If you get organic milk, you might be missing out on some hormones that were added to regular organic milk in order to make it, regular milk. It has some hormones that are actually healthier for you than organic milk. You don't see us going outside, and eating flowers. You don't see us going outside and picking berries, like all the time. But actually you can do that. You can pick berries and strawberries and stuff. It tastes really good. If you really grow your own plants and stuff like that, yeah, you can make your own botanical garden. Your own garden or something that can pretty much give you all you need. It's not entirely hard. You just have to have a little bit of a green thumb for it. Almost got the utilities monster killed. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, just attack him. Just attack. Just attack. Awesome. Got the utilities monster out. By using resources more sensibly, you... That was way too fast. I still think you need to go to the port for something. Is that it? It almost seems like it's it. Yep, that's it. Alright, I want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. I hope you have yourself a good day. And this is Sweet Tooth, signing off.